Yes, sir. Big left hook.
For 3 years, Foreman takes on all comers and disposes of them like a man half his age.
George coming back the second time was a better fighter than the first time. He was more economical and efficient in his punching. He was more compact, he had a greater defense, and something he didn't have his first time around, stamina.
George's training pays off. In 1991, he's estimated to make at least $12 million to step in the ring with Evander Holyfield, the reigning heavyweight champion of the world.
Evander Holyfield, a fine fighter, but he was only a fine fighter reacting to what I'd do. If I'd miss him, he'd hit me. If I'd come after him, he'd hit me again.
On April 19, 1991, in a fight called Battle for the Ages, 42-year-old Foreman goes the distance with Holyfield for 12 rounds.
George, it was just, he had lumps all over his face, his eyes were reduced to slits, but yet there he was, still battling back.
The decision was going to go to Holyfield. In a clinch, you could hear George audibly say, "Thank you for the chance." We'd never heard anything like that before. This was a gracious gesture, but that was the new George.
For the winner by unanimous decision, Evander.
Although George loses the fight, he wins admirers across the country. Among them, some big-name companies that are interested in George's power to sell.
He was the guy saying, if you're over 40, you can still do it. Everybody wanted him to pitch their companies, and here he was trying to make millions in the boxing world, and he was making millions on Madison Avenue, promoting companies like Doritos, Nike, McDonald's, and the list goes on.
People that looked at my life and decided, you know what, let's let George Foreman endorse our product. And I like that because it wasn't George Foreman the boxer, it was George Foreman the life he lived, working with children.
Out of his altruistic desire to fund his youth center, George's new career as a pitchman is born. Despite his success on Madison Avenue, Foreman still has the fire to fight. In 1994, against all odds, he gets another shot at the title. His opponent, heavyweight champion Michael Moorer, a 26-year-old southpaw, 20 years George's junior. Foreman is paid $1.5 million to take him on.
They want a big payday, and they need an old guy, someone who can't beat them. They underestimate me all the way back when I first turned professional. George can't do it.
Moorer is the heavy favorite. But when George steps into the ring, the arena erupts.
And the crowd is up on its feet.
George was like the big teddy bear. And he had so many people in the crowd rooting for him. And I'm like, wow, you know. But it didn't bother me. Once the bell rang, that was all out the door.
For 10 rounds, Moorer and Foreman slug it out, with Moorer leading on all scorecards.
I was hitting him in the body, I was hitting him in the chest, I was hitting him in the face. His eye was a little swollen. I was hitting him pretty good.
Finally, in the 10th round, George hit him with a powerful right hand. And Moorer stopped and swayed a little.
I was able to land 2 right hands on Michael Moorer, and I knocked him down and out.
It was a straight 1-2 punch, and it put 32 stitches up under my lip from that punch.
It's a stunning triumph for Foreman. At the ripe old age of 45, 20 years after winning the title the first time, George makes history as the oldest boxer ever to win the heavyweight championship of the world.
It was an outpouring of really something you rarely hear at a boxing match. But they had seen something that was almost a quasi-miracle.
George's miraculous victory against Moorer only increases his public appeal as a salesman.